Welcome back with another banger. It's the React Files. Hope you having a good night. If you haven't already, please take a second
just to smash that like, subscribe, ring that notification bell,
just to make sure the algorithm knows what's up. So let's get straight to it.
Why did this man set himself on fire outside Trump's trial? While it's impossible to pinpoint an exact cause, those who knew Max Azzarello say his mental health took a turn for the worse after his mother passed away in 2022. Following her death, he was arrested several times for criminal mischief and disturbing the peace, and he secretly traveled from Florida to New York without his family's knowledge. He posted rambling writings on social media and reportedly spent 3 days at a mental health treatment facility. Azzarello died in the hospital after self-immolating.
So there was a man who just set himself on fire outside of the courthouse where Trump is starting his trial, and they are already trying to call him a conspiracy theorist, and his whole manifesto is online. I have already gone through his entire manifesto since he just set himself on fire not even 40 minutes to an hour ago, and I feel like I need to get in front of the story before they try to deem this a conspiracy theorist related idea. Not only did he say he was going to do it, he left a step-by-step on his own website. Literally look at the title of this. It says apparent conspiracy theorist sets himself on fire outside of Trump trial. A man who set himself on fire outside of court moments after a jury was seated in former President Trump's civil fraud trial apparently promoted wide-ranging conspiracy theorists. This is the man. I am going to read to you his manifesto. And the thing about it is, how many people have you seen in the news being killed or killing themselves because of conspiracy theory? I feel like you need to pay attention. If the news is saying something is a conspiracy, it's probably not. I have a feeling they're going to try to take his manifesto down. So here is the link at the bottom if you want to hurry up and go read it, but I'm going to tell you what it is. So he released this right before he killed himself. And the title is, I have set myself on fire outside the Trump trial. My name is Max. I can't pronounce that. And he says, I am an investigative researcher who has set himself on fire outside of the Trump trial in Manhattan. This extreme act of protest is to draw attention to an urgent and important discovery. You guys, he did this to call attention to this. He said, we are victims of a totalitarian con, and our own government, along with many of our other allies, is about to hit us with an apocalyptic fascist world coup. He even said that they would call this a conspiracy theory. He said, there are proof of conspiracy. If you investigate this mountain of research, you will prove them too. If you learn a great deal about Ponzi schemes, you will discover that our life is a lie. And if you follow this story in the link below, you will discover the rotten truth of post-truth America. I don't have time to go through all of this, but just look at what he says. He talks about Bitcoin, right? And then he says the March 2023 bank failures were all intentional. The banks were used to move out stolen Ponzi money, which he's referring to Bitcoin, I'm assuming. And he said this signals that they are no longer dumping cash in to keep the cryptocurrency Ponzi afloat, and that it will still soon go insolvent, as all Ponzi's must. It says when the Ponzi scheme goes insolvent, it will take down half the stock market with it. The perpetrators use their major companies to pipe into the blockchain so they can funnel money out from the crypto exchanges. This includes Google, Tesla, Apple, PayPal, Facebook, Disney, Walmart, Target, InBev, Zoom, and countless others. It is a Ponzi scheme so large that it could create global inflation, which is why the price of Bitcoin has been remarkably leading the indicator for inflation rates. Victims who bought Cryptcoin don't realize their money has already been stolen, so their money gets doubly counted by the victims and the criminals who stole. I'm going to come back and keep reading it, but does that not make sense? Everyone is trying to figure out what's up with inflation and why we're sending money off. It's probably because of the cryptocurrency failure.
Rest in peace to Max. I don't think he survived. But if these allegations are true, it's crazy. Things have been filling off for a while, and it's getting worse. What do you think about this? Let me know in the comments down below.
So I found some more information on Max Azzarello's Instagram page, and I want to share it with y'all. First off, this is his Instagram right here. He posted this on his story 8 hours ago before the incident happened. Here's a part of his highlight that says, and here's page published in 1998 called Crypto Anarchy, where they talk about mysterious new digital currency that the evil government won't be able to trace. In another one of his highlights, he says, the elites already know that they're done for. They're fucking cooked. The cat's out of the bag. They were all history's most evil con artists, and at least a few 100,000 people are about to know it for certain. He then goes on to say, they tell us they have almighty power, but they already know that an angry mob with pitchforks that knows the word Ponzi schemes, kleptocurrency, and doomsday cult will be the death of them. that their cops and soldiers will join the other team and eat them alive. Then goes on to say, but they've become so brain dead with power that they're still going to apocalypse us because they think it will save them. Here's another picture in that same highlight that matches up with what he just said. And then he also posted this headline, here's how nuclear war could destroy civilization in just a few hours. He also says down here, I take solace knowing that you are going to hate your government with more rage than you ever knew existed. I'm guessing he's saying this because their plan is to apocalypse us and take themselves out. Here he says The Simpsons is evil brainwash, and he breaks it down by the episodes. Here he explains what a Ponzi scheme is, and then he speaks on who's a part of the Ponzi schemes. And further down the highlight, he also says you're really getting the hang of this biggest secrets in the world thing. That's right, Ponzi scheme. Another part of his highlight says, while we're on classic television, I love what the Flintstones and the Jetsons were up to. It always has been modern capitalist America, and it's always been modern capitalist America. This is our past and our future. This is all there can be. He also says in another highlight, I suspect they made shows like Leave It to Bieber, knowing they make shows like The Simpsons later on. Playing nostalgia and a baseline to weigh our moral decay against while they stole our governments. In another highlight, he says, well, unless a small movement were to take hold soon, then we could skip the apocalypse and jump straight to paradise. And again, here's this picture again for better reference. Here's another picture. I'm not sure if I showed this one already. And also in one of his highlights, he also posted this and said, your feedback is important. How much do you believe this story? How relevant is this story to your life? And then after that, he made this post. How can I convince you that this story is 100% true and insanely relevant to your life? And he also posted this. There's a lot more on his Instagram page if you guys want to go check it out for yourselves. Again, this is his Instagram page right here. I definitely think that Max Azzarello was definitely onto something. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments, and I appreciate you for watching the whole video.
This is getting really interesting. Could you imagine that this is why the elites are building them bunkers? What did Max know? That book might got some hidden gems in it. See what this man was talking about. But it's crazy the comparison from The Simpsons to Leave It to Bieber. Two totally different worlds. Not to mention one is in color. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below.
I'm home alone. I'm hearing my own voice upstairs. The door won't stop knocking. And there's nobody there. This door keeps banging. I thought I was hearing my voice. Nobody's there. Go away! Open the door. Ooh, that was right over my shoulder. Who's I'm giving you one chance to leave. I know what you're doing. Stop. It's not scaring me. It's not scaring anybody else. You need to leave now. Yeah, I got a feeling you're in this room, aren't you? Are you in here? This again. Okay. Come here. All right. If you're gonna play these games all night, I'm not gonna play. I'm not doing this. And now I hear the bathroom water on. Good grief. Get out.
Like a man was sitting there. And that was crazy, because when he went to the door, he heard a voice say, open the door. Like the whispers, and that was pretty creepy. Thinking in my head, how could it, be rigged like a haunted house? But I don't know. I think he might have some paranormal activity. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below.
Jaguar Wright just explained that Jay-Z is going to go down after Diddy. In her newest interview with Real Life Street Stars, she went into detail on exactly why Jay-Z is about to go down and why everything is happening with Diddy. And when I tell you Jaguar Wright did not hold back anything in this interview, I mean, she laid it all out on the floor. So I'm going to go ahead and roll you guys this clip of everything that Jaguar Wright had to say about Jay-Z and Diddy, and let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.
So why does it all come to a head now? Why now? Why?
Because he's the acceptable monster at this time. Like R. Kelly was the last time I sat on this couch.
So who's next?
Acceptable monster.
Y'all don't see the lineup?
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, we see the lineup. I'm just waiting to see who's next. Who you think?
Jay-Z is setting Diddy up. Why is everyone having such a hard time? He ain't doing shit different. He lined up D. Haven, stole his life and identity. He lined up Big L, stole his life and identity. He lined up Dame Dash, stole his life, identity, and fucking took his love. Lined up R. Kelly. He wants to be the one. Sean Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane to move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him, and so he could level up Beyonce, who was struggling. Let's just say allegedly that happened. Now I want you to think about 106th and Park with Mary J. Blige. Free, who is a victim of Sean Carter.
Yeah.
Mary J. Blige, who is a victim of Sean Combs, are sitting there talking about the death of Aaliyah amongst each other. Think about that. You got a Diddy victim, you got a Jay-Z victim, and you got a superstar gone. They know what happened.
So, Jack, when you say...
When I say Corey, I'm talking about Kathy White.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was about to ask.
Jay-Z's pregnant mistress, who died of an imaginary fucking aneurysm. Just like the woman who was best friends with Kim and Kimura, who wrote the book Bling and died as soon as it made the bestsellers list. Who the fuck was these people supposed to go to? Can't go to the authorities. They're all bought and paid for. You could try to get a special prosecutor, but they'll just pay somebody to reassign him to another case. Where the fuck do you go when you get fucked over by the industry? Nowhere. That's where you go, nowhere. Which is where people like me step in.
For entertainment purposes only. Allegations are through the roof right now. Jaguar White, comfortable in her pajamas on the couch. But the way she put it, yo, that's creepy. It really sounds like a movie. Like, this sounds like something straight out of a movie. Living in real time. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below.
Diddy's trying to... You know, Diddy and Jay-Z, Auntie Sean and Auntie Yolanda. No matter how many contracts you try to take out on my life, no matter how many times you try to threaten my family or threaten people to stay away from me, no matter how many things you try to do to me and how many things you've tried to do to me, it ain't working. It's not working, Auntie Sean and Auntie Yolanda, Diddy and Jay-Z. Don't play with somebody that you know got the drop on you. Okay? Got the drop on you. God sent me to ruin y'all.
Orlando Brown has been trying to tell us that people are trying to take him out in the industry for a while. And he hasn't went into a lot of detail, but this time he's actually name dropping who it is and what they're doing to him. So now we understand why he talks the way he talks, and a lot of people say he's crazy, but if you listen to him, what he says makes sense. You just have to pull apart the pieces of how he says it. Like literally in his last interview, everything that he was saying about P. Diddy and how people sell their souls to P. Diddy, and he says that he was sent by God to bring these people down. And now because of that, they're actually trying to take him down. So now we know why he kind of sounds crazy when he's giving us all this information. But let me know what you guys think of everything that Orlando Brown said about Jay-Z and P. Diddy in the comments.
That's crazy. And he's always talking in parables. Make him sound bugged out. But after all this done went down, he's starting to sound like he know what he's talking about. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below.
I don't know how serious it got. Like, it was legit crazy scary. I was waking up in the morning and the first thing I was doing is popping pills.
You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you tried to get in contact with me, through all my...
There once was a time when a baby-faced Justin Bieber has been hanging out with Diddy for 48 hours. And while the music mogul claimed they couldn't disclose what they would be doing, it feels like we already know the truth. The rumors has it that the feds discovered something utterly disgusting while checking the evidence they have captured in Diddy's mansion, and in one particular footage, he was doing some quite illegal with Justin. It seems like the music mogul didn't have enough time to destroy all the explosive footage, and he's now knee-deep in legal drama, similar to R. Kelly. The whispers about him using fresh talent for his own sick pleasure, pretending he was like a wise mentor or something, crumbled as the feds have watched hours of videotapes and found something that explained Justin's broken soul.
This is not going to be good. I'm not going to be able to make it through that. And it's just, no, it won't work.
This horrible, intimate connection between Diddy and his protege is nothing new. Yet, before the feds uncovered the videos, these were nothing but stories. In the past, there were whispers about the sick times when a teenage usher used to live under Diddy's roof for almost a year. And later, several strange footage of young Justin Bieber being offered a car for his 16th birthday by a 40-year-old music mogul resurfaced.
As soon as you turn 16, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you rock this every time you come in LA. Yeah, it's gonna be yours.
The whole story of Diddy being into intimate activities with much young male artists is about to blow into a criminal saga. And get this, Justin himself tried to hint about being the victim of this whole music business. In his 2020 documentary, Justin Bieber, Next Chapter, the baby hitmaker opened up about the struggles of his early career, and namely, his mentorship by Puffy, like, man, is this pain ever going to go away? It was so consistent. The pain was so consistent. I was just suffering, right? So I'm just like, man, I would rather not feel this than feel this. The singer's mental health problems are nothing new for his fans. And apparently, the whispers about him being deeply mistreated and taken advantage of by some of the industry bigwigs are truthful. There's a footage with Diddy is seen standing alongside 15-year-old Justin as he tells viewers how he can't really disclose what they will be doing as they spend 48 hours together. Diddy, who was 40 at the time, then claimed how he'd been given custody of Justin, just like with Usher.
With me, so, and we gonna go full crazy.
Going crazy.
But if you think that Justin was having a blast with Diddy, having the time of his life, and picking up some music tips, in fact, it seems like a creepy experience for a young man, especially when it was discovered that Diddy gave Justin an expensive car at the end of their weekend together. In July 2010, when Bieber was gifted a Lamborghini by Diddy for his 16th birthday, just 3 months after passing his driving test, no one asked a single question, yet this generous gesture is raising a lot of eyebrows amidst the legal drama and the secret life that Sean Combs have been living all these decades. With some of the victims of his mistreatment coming forward, it's clear that there are many who haven't spoken yet, and judging by the signs, the baby singer is among one of them.
You feel like people have taken advantage of you in the past?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, people take advantage, of course.
Diddy's rise to fame has come with tons of heavy accusations, like mistreating his artists, trafficking, and even being implicated in the demises of other rappers. But guess what? With the new evidence of him being allegedly intimate with Justin and Usher, it's like a new storm of allegations, and things might change soon for worse. As Justin himself revealed, the industry was a vile place for a young boy. It's like this ongoing cycle of like, hurt people. I was just this young kid. And oh, the drama doesn't stop there. Jaguar Wright has been reportedly working closely with the cops and dropped major bombs, claiming Diddy's mentor, Clive Davis, might have shown Diddy how to pull some really sketchy moves with young singers and rappers, and it's like their little secret.
All Puffy did was do what he was taught to do. or a tool of manipulation against someone, it becomes a crime.
Back in the day, Diddy probably thought none of it would even dare to expose his shenanigans. Yes, there were some stories surfacing from time to time, like there was this one girl, Dina, who came forward way before Cassie did, going public about how Diddy was super mean to her, even made her terminate pregnancies. But here's the thing. Gina, Cassie, and other victims of Diddy's behavior were all adults. Like, his creepy advances at Justin left many spectators uneasy. However, it's been long exposed that Diddy was helping his artists with career advances in exchange of certain favors. And now it's said he had a taste not only for female artists, but guys.
Yeah, that's extra creepy right there. You can see the nervousness. And Diddy was talking about, yeah, we're gonna get buck wild. Creepy. Now that whole timeline of Justin going through that whole phase is starting to make sense. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below.
Did you notice anything around Diddy where you said this is a little bit, obviously there's a woman, you're having a good time, you're partying, you're doing your thing, but did you ever see anything where it was out of line where you said, I think this guy likes men, or I think he likes certain things that's a little weird?
Well, all due respect to Puffy, you gotta realize one thing. He didn't start off like that. I'm quite sure somebody taught him that, and that's more deep in the industry. You guys who got involved with a lot of people who they mentors, instead of having a guy to mentor your own father, they was having these guys they mentored. And when that happens in the industry, it was done to them, they do to the next person. So I felt that Puffy was a regular, normal guy. And then when he started hanging with the guys in the industry, they did things to him, and then allegedly he did things to Usher. It goes on and on. But we got to stop this pointing the finger at the person who gets caught with their hand in the cookie jar. Where did it start from? And see, people don't want to touch all those angles that they started being in major executives who run these labels. So you guys want to speak on the people who got thrown under the bus, the sacrifice lamb.
Okay, well, that's actually very insightful for you to give that perspective. So if you're saying what Diddy did to Usher or what Diddy did to Bieber, that we've seen these videos, not necessarily what he did, but the stories where he's living with them at 13. If he was their mentor, who was Diddy's mentor? We know some of the big names. I'm just curious if you have any names.
Sound like Suge Knight spilling all the beans. And he don't got nothing to lose. He's already locked up. But it's really weird when Suge Knight is the lesser evil than P. Diddy. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below.
Y'all, check this out. Here's a declassified CIA document certified about star seeds and the quote-unquote star people. And this is a lot more. Let's get into it. So before y'all say anything, I wanted to check first to see if it's actually a true document. So if you click my link, you can find the CIA library here. And I typed in the actual code of the document to see if it would show up. And look at this. It showed it. It showed it. So I clicked it. Right? Right there. And it came up. So as you can see, the document was released in 2010. And this is a copy that was approved to be released for the public to see. Okay, so at the beginning here, it talks about a close encounter of the third kind. And it says here, it was there that star couple Michael and Aurora L. Legion said they were from a planet circling star M42 of the Orion constellation. So they currently live in Scottsdale, and they said that they had to come to Earth for an important mission, and that all the governments know about extraterrestrials, but they don't want to tell people. So we're just skimming the document here. If you want to know all the details, you can read it yourself. But down here, it's talking about how all the governments work in cahoots together on the highest level. Right here, it's speaking about the moon landing and how our technology is way further along than what they say. Don't sleep on me, we just getting started. Up here, talking about how the government doesn't want people believing in star people, and that the government calls them aliens, even though that's like a derogatory term, which is really interesting. The star people are here to protect Earth from destroying itself, and that the star people are going to neutralize all bombs. And we've already been seeing that with whenever there's some sort of rocket launched that has nuclear properties to it, then some UFO comes along and turns it off randomly, and everybody's like, how did it do that?
Okay, a few more points. Up here it says why the governments would blow each other up if they're in cahoots was never explained by the couple. And that doesn't fully make sense either. I mean, we know that this is the case, that they all really work together behind the scenes, but what is the whole point of what they're doing? Maybe it's to keep us controlled by fear? I'm not quite sure yet. Okay, now we get into the star seeds. Many of the 300 million star people do not know who they are, but they will when the landings occur to take them off the planet. So if you're noticing, they're calling star seeds star people. They have so many different names. There's hybrids, there's star seeds, there's so many different names for the quote unquote star people incarnated among the humans. Okay, next. Eventually, everyone will be removed from the Earth and the planet will be cleansed. The cleansing will involve a 4-degree shift of the Earth's axis, meaning changes in the land masses once cleansed. The Earth will be repopulated by the star people and any humans that have reached a high level of karma. The remaining folks will be destined to live on another planet to evolve further, which makes sense when you talk about the split between 3D and 5D Earth and all of that stuff that you guys heard about. It's basically saying that in a more scientific form for people to understand. Mother Earth will go from one of the lowest places in the universe to the highest. Earth will become the paradise it was destined to be. You heard it, y'all. It's from the CIA themselves. So shout out to the star people on this planet right now who are doing their missions and are working real hard. And to all the people going through a spiritual awakening right now, keep that up, because you know they're coming soon, and you know that we're on the precipice to the landings that this document talks about.
And that's a wrap. Hope you enjoyed tonight's rabbit hole. If you haven't already, please take a second just to smash that like, subscribe, ring that notification bell, just to make sure the algorithm knows what's up. So what we're gonna do, y'all? That's right. Run these numbers up. Thanks again. Until next time.